As its name says, Recogniform Control Server is the controller of the data capture process. Recogniform Control Server manages the process flow, and shows what has been done, what's going on, and what there's still to do. The main window has an Excel-like grid, where each row is a batch. Columns indicate job's status, phase, ID, name, origin, template, documents, date, lock, exception. The first column refers to job's status. This may assume the following values. Active, if job is currently being executed. For example, we currently have 2 jobs active, one is being recognized by Recognition Station, and another one is being verified from an operator, on a correction station client. Waiting, if job is in queue for recognition, or for correction, or for output. Exception, if something went wrong, and job has been put in an exception status. Terminated, if job processing has been completed. The second column completes the status information, with the job's phase. Recognition, correction, output, or archiving. In the example, we have most of the jobs waiting for recognition, a few waiting for correction, and one waiting for output. The archiving phase refers to terminated jobs only. The ID column shows job's unique identification number, represented from a 28-digit string. The first digit of the ID represents job priority, and can assume values from 0 to 9. Then we find job's creation date and time. Last 12 characters represent the IP address, from where the job has been originated. The name column contains the job description. This value can be typed from user via input station interface, or can be customized by script. Origin indicates computer and user involved. The template column refers to the name of the configuration file of the batch. In the example, we have 4 different processes running, with invoices, orders, surveys, and reader tutorial templates. The documents column shows the number of files in the batch. The number of batch files is configurable in template job settings, or can be defined from input station user. The next column, date, reports job's status last change, date and time. The lock column indicates the station where the job is currently active. In the exception column, we find the description of the exception. In the example, we have one job that has been put in exception status during the correction step, due to a lack of connection to an external database. Other kind of exceptions may refer to script errors, or to timeout errors. You can use columns filters, in order to show, and select, only the jobs of interest. In the toolbar there are commands to start, stop and pause the control server. While start and stop commands are self-explaining, the pause command inhibits control server from receiving and sending new jobs. At the same time, the pause function allows server to receive current active jobs. This means that current operations can be ultimated, without getting a connection error. This is very useful to allow server operations on server machine, when the number of connected clients is relevant. The settings icon shows control server configuration settings. Settings can be modified only when control server is stopped. In the General Settings tab, you can define the port on which TCP/IP communication takes place. The default value is 2001. Processing timeout indicates the maximum time a job can spend on a single phase. The default value is 180 minutes. This means that, for example, if job's correction phase requires more than 180 minutes, the job will be marked server-side with the exception status. Timeout allows to manage network errors, or client's PC problems. In Folders section you can set the folders for active, terminated, and backup batches. Backup schedule can be easily customized. The Directory Server Resources folder defines the folder where shared files can be stored. This allows server and clients to share some resources with no need to define specific user permissions. Other options allow to define software behavior with exception status batches, to allow remote server management, run control server as a service instead of application, launch control server at Windows startup and execute automatic start. In the Email Notification tab, you can configure email notifications in event of server errors, or jobs input, recognition, correction, output, and exceptions. In the Login tab, you can define login type, Windows User Authentication, Control Server User Authentication, Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. Within the Operators and Groups tab, you can specify groups of operators in order to enable specific jobs assignment. For example, you can define a group of operators to process invoices, and another group of operators to manage contracts or surveys. In the Log and Restart tab you can set the level of log details, as well as logs folder and automatic control server restart option. Going back to the toolbar, the Export Batches Index command allows to save a CSV file with all batches information, as shown in the grid. The Import License command allows to unlock specific features according to the purchased software version. The Batch menu includes jobs-related commands. Same commands are available right-clicking on a single or multiple batch selection. You can show job details, export jobs template, import a new template, set jobs priority, re-execute a phase, or clear the exception status. In case of massive 24/7 processes, we recommend to run Recogniform Control Server as a Windows service.